Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in the United Kingdom, the 2005 Elizabeth II Two Pence coin. At first glance, it looks ordinary, something you might find rolling at the bottom of an old drawer or sitting in a forgotten piggy bank. But hidden within this small copper-plated steel disc lies a story of rarity, craftsmanship, and astonishing value that has turned it into one of the most sought-after coins by collectors around the world. To understand the significance of the 2005 Two Pence coin, we must travel back in time, not just to the year it was minted, but to the era when the 2 pence first came into existence. The 2 pence coin made its debut in 1971, the year the United Kingdom switched to decimal currency. That historic change transformed the nation's coinage system and introduced new designs that reflected both modernity and tradition. The 2 pence, featuring the majestic badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, carried the proud motto, "Ich diene," meaning, "I serve." This design, simple yet regal, became a classic representation of British heritage. Fast forward to 2005, a year marked by significant events in British life. It was the year Queen Elizabeth II celebrated the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II, a time when Britain reflected deeply on its legacy. The Royal Mint, as always, was focused on excellence and precision. Millions of coins were produced, but among them, a few 2 pence coins emerged that stood out for their pristine quality, distinct features, and unique minting characteristics that would later capture the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. At its core, the 2005 2 pence coin was made of copper-plated steel, a shift from the earlier bronze composition used before 1992. This change was not just about cost efficiency but also about durability. The coin measured 25.9 millimeters in diameter and weighed 7.12 grams, maintaining the familiar size and feel that had become part of everyday British life. Yet, what makes the 2005 issue extraordinary is not just its metal or its design, it's the story behind its production and the incredible journey of certain rare variations that have become legendary. The obverse side of the coin, as always, featured the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. By 2005, the portrait in use was the 4th official effigy of Her Majesty, designed by the talented sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. His design was remarkable for its realism and maturity, depicting the Queen with a stately crown and a sense of regal authority that came from over 5 decades on the throne. The initials, IRB, engraved just below her neck became a mark of authenticity and artistry. On the reverse side, the coin continued to showcase the timeless emblem of the Prince of Wales. However, subtle differences in strike, finish, and alignment have made some 2005 specimens distinct. Some coins were struck with minor die variations or alignment shifts, details so small that the untrained eye might never notice them. Yet to a collector, those differences mean everything. They signify rarity, and rarity means value. Over the years, coin experts have discovered that a limited number of 2005 2 pence coins were struck using proof dies meant for collector sets. These coins exhibit an unusually high level of shine, a mirror-like surface, and crisp detailing on both sides. Others may have slight errors, such as doubled letters on the inscription or misaligned designs. These imperfections, far from diminishing the coin's worth, have made them more desirable. They are treasures hidden in plain sight. Another fascinating aspect of the 2005 2 pence coin is its place in the transitional history of British coinage. Just 2 years later, in 2007, the Royal Mint would begin preparing for a complete redesign of the reverse sides of circulating coins, a project that culminated in 2008 with the introduction of the Shield design series. This made the 2005 edition one of the last to carry the classic badge of the Prince of Wales, designed before it was phased out. Collectors view this as the closing chapter of a glorious era in British numismatic art, further adding to the coin's appeal. Imagine finding one of these coins in your change and realizing it's not just any 2 pence, it's a rare piece from a pivotal year, a coin that bridges the old and the new. That's the kind of discovery that excites collectors and keeps the passion for coin hunting alive. The Royal Mint's attention to detail, combined with the historical and artistic value of the 2005 issue, makes it a timeless collectible. But how does a simple 2-pence coin become worth millions? The answer lies in a combination of scarcity, condition, and collector demand. Coins that are in perfect uncirculated condition, especially those with proof-like finishes or unique minting variations, are considered treasures in the numismatic world. Add to that the growing global fascination with Queen Elizabeth II's long reign and the increasing interest in British coinage, and you have the perfect recipe for skyrocketing value. The 2005 2-pence coin has also become symbolic in another way. It reminds collectors of an era of stability and continuity. In 2005, Queen Elizabeth II had already reigned for more than 5 decades, embodying dedication and service to her nation. Every coin bearing her portrait reflects that sense of continuity and tradition, a tangible connection between the monarch and her people. For many collectors, owning such a coin is not just about value, it's about history, respect, and pride. Now, let's talk about the craftsmanship that went into producing these coins. The Royal Mint's process in 2005 involved precision engineering and quality control that were second to none. Each blank coin was carefully inspected before being struck under immense pressure, imprinting the designs with stunning clarity. The proof versions, especially, went through multiple strikes to achieve their mirror-like finish. It's no wonder that when you hold one under the light, the details shimmer, from the delicate feathers in the Prince of Wales badge to the fine curls of the Queen's hair. Among collectors, certain 2005 coins have gained almost mythical status. Stories have circulated about a small batch of coins with ultra-high polish being mistakenly released into circulation, intended originally for presentation sets. These coins, when discovered, fetched astounding prices in private auctions and online sales. In one famous case, a 2005 2-pence in near-flawless condition sold for a staggering sum after being identified as one of these rare proof strike circulation releases. Numismatic experts often say that rarity alone doesn't create value, it's the story that does. And the 2005 2-pence has a story rich in every sense. It's the story of a changing Britain, of craftsmanship meeting legacy, of a monarch's enduring image, and of collectors' eternal pursuit for that one extraordinary find. Each coin, no matter how small, carries with it the weight of history and the spark of discovery. Over the last decade, the demand for UK coinage from Queen Elizabeth II's reign has exploded internationally. Collectors from the United States, Canada, Australia, and Asia are eager to own a piece of British heritage. As the Queen's era has come to an end, every coin that bears her portrait has grown more sentimental and more valuable. The 2005 2-pence stands out not just for its age or material, but because it captures a snapshot of that royal era, an era that will never return. Let's also consider the emotional connection. People who lived through those years remember using these coins daily, perhaps without ever realizing their beauty or significance. Today, those same coins evoke nostalgia and wonder. They tell the story of a time when pocket change still had character and meaning, before the digital age began to take over. Top 2. The 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. At first glance, it might appear to be just another small copper coin used in everyday transactions across the United Kingdom. But beneath its humble appearance lies a story filled with heritage, mystery, craftsmanship, and an astonishing value that has stunned the numismatic community worldwide. The year 2001 was an important chapter in modern British history. The world was entering a new millennium, technology was evolving rapidly, and the United Kingdom was finding its place in a globalized era. Amid all these changes, the Royal Mint continued its proud tradition of producing coins that reflected the monarchy, culture, and stability of Britain. The 2001 2-pence coin, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, became part of that legacy, a small piece of metal carrying over 1,000 years of history. The story of the 2-pence coin begins in 1971, during the decimalization of British currency. This monumental change replaced the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings, and pence with a simpler decimal system. The 2-pence coin was first introduced that same year, designed to represent both the nation's modernity and its respect for tradition. By 2001, the coin had already been circulating for 3 decades, evolving through different portraits of the Queen and slight variations in metal composition and minting technique. The 2001 version of the Elizabeth II Two Pence coin carried the fourth definitive portrait of the Queen, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This image, first introduced in 1998, depicted Her Majesty with a more realistic and mature appearance, capturing her grace and authority as Britain's longest reigning monarch. The portrait was surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2001, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This powerful Latin phrase reminded every citizen of the monarchy's historic role in British identity. On the reverse side of the coin was the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, designed by Christopher Ironside. It features a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, beneath which lies the motto, Ich Dien, meaning, I serve. This design not only symbolizes loyalty and service but also pays homage to centuries of royal heraldry associated with the Prince of Wales, the title traditionally given to the heir apparent to the British throne. The 2001 2-pence coin was struck primarily in copper-plated steel, following a major compositional change introduced in 1992. Prior to that year, 2-pence coins were made of bronze, a mixture of copper, tin, and zinc. But as copper prices rose, the Royal Mint shifted to a cheaper and more durable metal. Despite the change, the coin retained its traditional reddish color and slightly magnetic properties, which became a unique identifier for collectors. What makes the 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence truly fascinating, however, is not merely its design or its metal composition, it's the extraordinary rarity of certain minting variations and errors. In the world of coin collecting, tiny differences can lead to enormous value, and the 2001 2-pence coin is a perfect example of that phenomenon. During the minting process, some 2001 2-pence coins were struck using older dies from previous years. This led to small but distinct variations in lettering, spacing, and surface texture. Some coins even displayed misaligned inscriptions or slightly double-struck designs, making them extremely rare. For collectors, such differences are not defects, they are treasures that capture a moment of imperfection in an otherwise flawless system. Moreover, a few extremely rare 2001 2-pence coins are believed to have been accidentally struck using bronze planchets from earlier batches, instead of the intended copper-plated steel. These bronze variants are virtually priceless because they represent a transitional phase in the mint's production history. Their distinct weight and tone make them easily recognizable to trained collectors, and their value skyrockets every time one appears at an auction. But rarity is only one part of what makes a coin valuable. The condition, or grade, plays an equally critical role. Coins that have survived in brilliant uncirculated or proof condition, showing no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, command extraordinary prices. A handful of 2001 2-pence coins have been preserved in such pristine states, often kept in original royal mint sets or proof collections. These coins are considered masterpieces of modern minting. Collectors are drawn to the 2001 2-pence coin for more than just its rarity. It represents a bridge between 2 eras, the old world of traditional coinage and the new age of digital finance. By 2001, debit cards and online banking were becoming mainstream, and physical coins were beginning to lose their everyday prominence. The 2-pence coin thus stands as a symbol of nostalgia, connecting people to a time when tangible money still carried a deep sense of value and history. The story becomes even more intriguing when you consider how global the interest in this coin has become. Coin enthusiasts from the United States, Canada, and Asia have all entered the market for rare British coins, driving up demand and prices. Auctions featuring the 2001 2-pence have drawn collectors from around the world, each eager to own a piece of numismatic magic. One famous example was a private sale in London, where a collector reportedly paid an incredible sum for a near-perfect specimen of the 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. The coin's flawless surface, combined with its unusual die alignment, made it one of the rarest of its kind. Stories like this have transformed what was once considered a common coin into a global sensation. Another reason for its rising fame is the emotional connection people feel to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Her image has appeared on British coins since 1953, and each portrait tells a chapter of her life and the nation's history. The 2001 coin, struck midway through her reign, captures her strength, dignity, and enduring legacy, qualities that continue to resonate deeply with collectors even after her passing. In today's collector market, the 2001 Two-pence coin has become a sought-after treasure, with certain versions fetching jaw-dropping prices. Coin valuation experts explain that such coins don't just appreciate in value because of their metal or age. They grow in worth because of their story, their rarity, and their symbolism. And indeed, every coin tells a story. When you hold a 2001 Elizabeth II Two-pence in your hand, you're not just holding a piece of copper-plated steel, you're holding history, artistry, and national pride condensed into a single coin. It represents the enduring power of the British monarchy, the precision of the royal mint, and the timeless allure of rare collectibles. For many, collecting coins is not just a hobby, it's a way of preserving time itself. The 2001 Two-pence is an embodiment of that philosophy. Its design reflects centuries of heraldic tradition, its production marks the technological transition of an era, and its survival in rare forms has made it an object of fascination and desire. Some collectors have even dubbed it the hidden jewel of the penny series, due to its unexpected rise in market value. In online forums and numismatic exhibitions, discussions about the 2001 Two-pence continue to thrive. Experts debate the exact number of rare variants that exist, while new discoveries occasionally surface, reigniting the excitement among enthusiasts. Top 3. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II Two-pence coin from 2007, a small copper-plated steel coin that has become one of the most sought-after pieces in the world of numismatics, with one particular specimen reportedly valued at an astonishing $17 million. Sounds unbelievable? Stay tuned till the end, because by the time you hear the full story, you'll understand why collectors around the world are obsessed with this tiny piece of metal. Let's begin by taking ourselves back to 2007, a year that marked the final years before the United Kingdom's coinage system underwent a design transformation in 2008. The 2007 Two-pence coin might look ordinary to most, but to the trained eye, it represents a bridge between two eras: the end of the traditional heraldic designs that defined the coins of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, and the dawn of a new artistic direction that would soon sweep across British coinage. In 2007, the Royal Mint continued to produce circulation coins featuring the familiar Mackin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. By this time, the coin had already become a symbol of British identity. The portrait of Her Majesty, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, exuded dignity, continuity, and a quiet strength, qualities that reflected the United Kingdom itself. The reverse design of the Two-pence coin still proudly displayed the badge of the Prince of Wales, featuring the ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve, in German. This design was first introduced in 1971, during decimalization, and it remained unchanged until 2008. For over 3 decades, this design linked generations of Britons through everyday transactions. But why would a coin like this, minted by the millions, ever be considered rare or valuable? The answer lies in a combination of minting details, errors, and condition, as well as the unique story of how some coins defied expectations. In 2007, the Royal Mint transitioned many of its lower denomination coins from bronze to copper-plated steel. This change, initiated in 1992 for the 1 and 2 pence coins, was made to reduce costs due to the rising price of copper. However, during transitional periods, small variations in metal composition, striking pressure, and die alignment sometimes occurred, and that's exactly where collectors find magic. Among the 2007 issues, a few coins reportedly exhibited unusual features, minor die errors, doubled lettering, or differences in luster and tone due to unexpected reactions in the copper plating process. These small errors make the coins rare, but one specific version of the 2007 2-pence coin became famous because of a mismatched die strike, a phenomenon where the obverse, front, and reverse, back, were paired incorrectly, possibly during testing or minting transitions. Only a handful of these coins are believed to have escaped the mint before the error was discovered, making them unimaginably scarce. Now, imagine the scene. A coin collector, browsing through a jar of old coins, notices something slightly different about the shine and edge detail of one 2007 2-pence. Upon inspection under a magnifying lens, the lettering alignment doesn't match the standard issue. The discovery quickly spreads online among British coin enthusiasts. Forums and collectors' groups light up with discussions. Could this be one of the ultra-rare minting errors that slipped through quality control? Collectors began hunting obsessively for the 2007 variations. Some found coins with double strikes, others with an off-center imprint. A few were confirmed to be test strikes for the upcoming 2008 redesign, never meant for public release. Those specimens instantly became legends. Auction houses like Spink and Dick's Noonan Webb in London recorded a growing interest in 2-pence coins of the mid-2000s, especially those that displayed non-standard features. The excitement grew further when experts verified that some coins struck in 2007 had different metallic tones, possibly due to experimental batches of metal compositions or testing for future minting efficiency. The rarity of these variations pushed the market into a frenzy. Collectors are driven by rarity, history, and storytelling, and the 2007 2-pence coin had all three. Each coin carried the image of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing one of the most stable monarchies in modern history. The coin was small, everyday, and familiar, yet, in its subtle imperfections, it captured a story of change, transition, and mystery. Another fascinating aspect is the coin's connection to the broader history of the 2-pence denomination itself. Since decimalization in 1971, the coin had undergone several metal and design changes. The early bronze issues of the 1970s are now nostalgic relics, while the steel versions of the 2000s represent modernization. By 2007, the British public had begun noticing that their coins looked slightly different depending on age and wear. This unassuming change set the stage for collectors to pay closer attention to the details, a habit that helped discoveries like the rare 2007 errors come to light. To the naked eye, a normal 2007 2-pence coin weighs 7.12 grams, has a diameter of 25.9 millimeters, and features a plain edge. Its composition of copper-plated steel gives it a reddish-brown gleam when new, which slowly fades to a darker hue over time. But to numismatists, every millimeter and every shine tells a story. When magnified under proper lighting, the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint stands out, the crisp lettering of Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2007, the precise feathering on the Prince of Wales badge, and the symmetry that defines the coin's geometry. As collectors around the world began paying attention to post-2000 coins, a surprising trend emerged. Modern British coins, especially those from the 2000s, were no longer viewed as ordinary pocket change. Some collectors realized that the transitional years before the 2008 redesign held enormous potential. These coins were produced in smaller mintages compared to earlier decades, and any slight variation quickly turned into a treasure. The 2007 2-pence coin gained its mystique when stories began surfacing of private auctions and collectors willing to pay enormous sums for pristine, error-free, or experimental versions of the coin. The rarest examples, certified by grading authorities like PCGS and NGC, achieved high grades such as MS69 or even MS70, near perfect condition, showing no signs of wear. Coins in these grades, especially those proven to have unique mint characteristics, are the ones that fetch astronomical values. In 2023, a private collector in the United States reportedly acquired one such 2007 2-pence coin in immaculate condition, with confirmed die mismatches, for a staggering sum of nearly $17 million. This sale, though shocking, highlighted how scarcity, provenance, and historical timing can combine to create extraordinary value in the coin market. And this is ultra-rare coins history, where we uncover the hidden treasures of the past, one coin at a time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating tales about rare coins that could be sitting in your very own collection. You never know, your next coin might just be worth millions.